What's going on, people? This is just another quick update on Cardano ADA. And in my previous video, we were talking about the 80 cent level being very critical, given that, should the price of ADA break past that level, then there is a possibility that the wave 2 is confirmed in this WXY setup that we've been tracking over the last few days. And we're now on the move to the upside. Or should we find resistance at that level, then there is a possibility that a WXYZ setup is at play, and our wave 2 would sit within this region here between 70 cents and 72 cents. Now, as you can see, we did manage to break through that level and find support. And what's going to be interesting to see is if we continue to see moves to the upside, where we could potentially retest that 83 cent level. If that's not the case, then our next target really that we need to be keeping an eye on is the 50 EMA level at 78 cents and the 200 EMA level at 78 cents. And should we fail to find support at these EMA levels, then I anticipate that these fair value gaps will be filled in with these lower prices, and potential WXYZ setup is still at play. Now, we were also looking at this WXY structure, and within our Y wave, we were looking at a 5-wave move to the upside, where we were targeting our 5th wave, sitting between 79 cents and 79.5 cents. And as you can see, we did manage to break through those targets. And what's currently on the back of my mind at the moment is to see if whether or not a potential 5-wave move is actually in play, like so. And for that to happen, this wave 3 will need to be a 1.618 retracement of our wave 1, which will look something like this. So as you can see, that 83 cent level will need to reach, that wave 3 will need to reach 82 cents, which is a 1.618 level. And yeah, should that be the case, then that would once again further confirm that our wave 2 has been set in stone. Now, in addition to that, I did talk about the 50 EMA being on the brink of crossing our 200 EMA, and that's also known as a golden cross. And that's a bullish tail. And usually what you tend to see is a price move to the upside, similar to what took place here in mid-February, where we saw our golden cross. Shortly after our golden cross, we did see a dip and a move to the upside, and it will be interesting to see if history repeats itself and we see a dip before we see moves to the upside. Now, given that on Smart Money Concept, it is indicating that there is a weak low. There is a possibility that a WXYZ setup is at play. And should that be the case, what we can do is adjust our target for our Z. And so using the Fibonacci retracement tool, our Z wave would sit anywhere between, 1 and 1.236 retracement of our wave W, so anywhere between 72 cents and 74 cents. So if I adjust this like so, sit within this range here, and as you can see, our weak low will sit within our target. So yeah, that's ADA on the hourly chart. And so in fact, before I move on over to the 4-hour chart, one thing to keep in mind is I do see there being some resistance at the 83 cent level. So anywhere within this range, really between 81 cents and 83 cents, given that we are within our fair value gap. And so there is going to be some selling pressure, given that we have seen a price move of about 10%. And so, yeah, people will be shorting the market and taking some profits. And so, yeah, that's one thing to be keeping in mind. I do anticipate there being some selling pressure within this region, and I do see a potential of us retesting these levels, given that we are oversold on our stochastic RSI. And so there is some room to the upside. And so, yeah, if I just quickly move on over to the 4-hour chart, as you can see, we are sitting above the 50 EMA at 78 cents, and we are overbought on the stochastic RSI. So there is a possibility that we could retest that 50 EMA level, and it will be critical to see if whether or not we find support or continue to see a breakdown towards this target here that we've just set up on the hourly chart. And in addition to that, smart model concept is indicating that there is a strong high, and that kind of aligns with what I was talking about earlier on with regards to there being some resistance at this region here, given that we are within our fair value gap, and so people will be short in the market and taking some profits, given that we have seen a 10% move to the upside. Now, if I'm moving over to the daily chart, we are sitting above the 200 EMA, which is a bullish tail. And what's interesting about this is the 200 EMA is more or less in line with our target that we just set up for our wave Z. And so it will be interesting to see if we retest that 200 EMA level and find support before we see a move to the upside. And should that be the case, then I do think obviously the WXYZ setup will be confirmed for our wave 2, and yeah, we will be tracking our wave 3 to the upside. Now we are overbought on the stochastic RSI, and so yeah, there is a possibility that we could retest that 200 EMA. And so yeah, that's just my quick update on Cardano ADA. And so once again, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. If you're new, feel free to subscribe and give it a like. Take it easy, people. Peace.